Hi, welcome back. This is my friend Beltane. She will not let me film without her. So, today I am talking about people who are looking for help. And we are talking today about how most of the time we find relationships and we are just looking for the wrong ones or we'll get the wrong ones. And not only that, but like, we get in the relationship and we think that that person is for us. It's okay, it's okay. We are get in a relationship and we think that this relationship is what it is. And in actuality, this person that we call ourselves liking or trying to be with is actually looking not only for you, but for someone or anyone to help out with whatever they need. So, Beltane, we gotta take a trip hold on, there we go. Okay, it's okay, come back, jump back, there you go. So we're gonna turn the page, hold on. There we go. Oh, are you leaving me? So we are actually going to talk about, well, I have notes for it. So people are looking for help. It says be careful who you start dating, because a lot of people are not looking for mates. They're looking for help. Honey, what is you doing with your tail? Okay, there we go. All right. So, they're looking for someone to help and not just a mate. Some people out there, they'll date you for a while to see how far they can get or how far they can get from what they can get from you. It's just one of those things that people do. They use you, they make note of the things that you do or you won't do. They'll try to butter you up and they will do any and everything that is of trying to make you think that they're for you, but in actuality, they're not for you. They're actually, there to see what they can do or use to get from you. Whether it's financial, whether it's trying to get food in their refrigerator, whether it's trying to get some, daycare, whatever it is that they're trying to get for you, and that's the majority of the time when you see someone who is actually out there doing that. There's plenty of signs that will tell you whether this person is there for you or whether this person is there for, to get help from you. You're meeting me on camera, right? Okay. Actually, the biggest thing that will telltale sign is a person will ask you about your finances, or they will complain about, oh, you're not pulling your weight around here, you are not doing this and you're not doing that, you are not contributing to the household, and that's the telltale sign that this person is trying to get more out of you than what you can give. If you've already started giving them stuff and they are not appreciating what they're getting, or they want more than what you have, then that is a person who is only using you for what you can get from, what they can get from you. Because, a mate is there to help. They're not there to take from you. They're not there to bombard you. They're not there to try to take everything that you got or use you. They're there to be support, help, and an equal partner. And if that's not happening, then you got to reevaluate and step back and look. Because nowadays people are really not looking for mates. They're looking for a place to stay. They're looking for a place to eat. They're looking for a place someone to take care of them. They're looking for all of these things that you can provide. And if you have it, that's what thing that I don't understand about these young ladies. They get these men and then they think, oh, I'm so in love and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But the man is so quick to call you out your name, so quick to take you out to eat on your money. Now, not to mention that they're so quick to say, well, you're not helping. What in the world is happening here? You're so quick to take me out and do this and you're not doing anything, but you got to really realize, women, a lot of these men are looking for the next baby mama. They're looking for a person who can take care of them and pay their child support bill, or they're looking for someone who can just be there to support them. They could drive their cars, they could, cook their meals, and all that other stuff. So that is what is happening. And a lot of us, we're just sitting idly by and we're like taking this, But I'm going to have to say, young women, young ladies, you got a man out there, let a man be a man. There you go. Let a man be a man. There was a time I know you're going to say this and I know you're going to be like, that was back in your time, but let me tell you something. Men was out there busting their butts, taking care of their families, doing what they had to do to make sure that they could provide for their family and put food on the table, paid the rent, and took care of their women and made sure that the kids was taken care of. Now we let them get off with whatever they get off and they do whatever they want to do. And that is not how we was raised. That's what it's supposed to be. But men are supposed to be the men. They're supposed to be the head of the household. Then let's make them accountable and start acting like it. If we start letting them do what they want to do and use us and abuse us and do whatever we have to do, then that is what it's going to be. Because when I was married, I made sure that my husband went to work, he came home, he took $20 out of his check and I got the rest. And he took care of the households, the money that he gave me, I paid the bills, I took care of the kids, I made sure the food was on the table when he got home from work, and that was my job and that's what I needed to do. Nowadays, the men are sitting at home waiting for the women to come home, and then they're talking about, oh, I'm the man, I'm running the house. Well, how are you running the house from the chair at the house? You can't run a house and take care of a house sitting there on your butt. I have this young lady, has this man for 17 years. They've been going back and forth with the same thing. He has a job, 3 months. This is no lie. 3 months, he has a job. Every 3 months, he'll try to get a job, or maybe 6 months, he'll get a job. And then he's like, oh, I'm taking care of the house. I'm the head of the household. I'm the man. Well, honey, this young lady has been working the whole time, taking care of the house, taking care of the kids, doing what she needs to do. But you're the man, You want to sit here and say all of this other stuff about how, she's always gone and but yeah, she's doing the stuff that she's supposed to be doing. I don't know where times changed and roles have changed. I get the independent woman. I get that. I know this is the year of the women. But when it comes to men trying to be men and holding them accountable, and we saying we're trying to raise our youth and our young men to be men, how can we do that if they're following men who are doing nothing? How can we raise them to be men if they see men not being men? That is my biggest issue with what's happening right now, is that we're trying to raise the younger generation off of what's happening now, and they're seeing that all we're doing is having people full of help. And that is okay if that's what you're about, but if we're raising a generation to do better than what we was doing, then I think we need to step up and do something different. because right now we're raising our youth to be lazy, depend on everything else besides their brains to get things done. It's okay to have a computer, but if you don't know it before the computer gets there, what if the computer crashes? What if the technology go down? What do you have to use after that? That is what I'm saying. We as a nation, as people, need to come back together and say, hey, things have to change. And I get it that, we've gotten so comfortable with the way things are, but people today are not looking for good people. They're looking for people to use, looking for people to hurt. They're looking for other things, because hurt people. And that is what we're doing. We're raising a generation of hurt people. And when we have a generation of hurt people, we have people who are looking for help. And being that the economy is the way that it is, that is a lot of what we're looking for. It's a lot of help, and a lot of people are not getting that. Right now they're getting like, oh, something is happening. But are you really looking at what is really happening? Because the more that we sit here and allow a generation to go by and our young men to do what they're doing, then we will have that generation raise the next generation. And that is what we're doing. We keep it going. I did one episode where I said that the buck stops here, and I'm back at it again. Majority of the times, my shows or topics come from different things or different places that's happening right now in my life. And right now in my life, I have 3 young ladies who I see that is not only being taken advantage of, being used, being abused, and can't see what is really in front of them. But I'm saying this because not only am I talking about it, but I don't ever talk about anything that hasn't happened to me. And I know it has happened to me, and I know how it feels to be done that way. So, my experience with that, like I said, I was married to a man, before he came home to bring me his paychecks. There was a lot of blood, fightings, and tears going on with that. It didn't just happen overnight, he wanted to lay and not go to work neither. So I made sure that he knew that if he was going to be the man, then he needed to act like one. Or I'll get out there and be the man, and then he'd be the girl and put on the dress and do whatever. And we'd switch roles. So my thinking now is, ladies, if you have a man and you're stepping up to the plate to take the place of what the man is supposed to do, then you need to make sure that you are well aware that this is what you're teaching your children for the next generation on. Because my thing is, if we're going to teach a generation how to be less than, then you have to expect that for the next generation after that, because that's what they're going to teach their children. So, these young ladies that's going through this right now, that have these men that doesn't want to work, that don't want to do anything, that's just sitting around idling, watching them work their butts off, taking care of the families and the children. That's all fine and dandy. We've been doing it from the beginning of time. But do not sit there and complain about something that you can change when you have an opportunity to do so. Just because that man is there don't mean he's the only man, and that don't mean that he's the only man for you. So just think about what it is that you're going to do and how you're going to teach your children, because this is a stepping stone of the next generation and who your kid's going to be. So make sure you think about that while you're doing what you're doing. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button so you'll never miss an episode. And comment below and tell me something about yourself, because I am that.